Alright, so iOS 26.1 Beta 2 just came out a few days ago, and I want to give you a follow-up for how our battery life has been behaving and some of the other changes we didn't discuss prior. So, first things first, one of the big ones that I thought was not going to be a big deal and I didn't know how they'd really improve it, but that is going to be in the actual alarms and timers section, where now, once you set a timer, there is a different way to dismiss it that I think it makes it much easier to avoid having any issues with. Alarms and timers that you set up in the clock app now have basically it's a slide to stop button. So what I'm going to do, it's 8:06. Let's go ahead and create a new alarm for 8:08. Let's see. And we'll set that. And in a minute, we'll be able to show you how that goes once this one kicks on. Beyond that, also, there are new Apple Intelligence languages in here. So if you go to your settings, Apple Intelligence and Siri, now in addition to what we had prior, there's Danish, Dutch, Norwegian, Portuguese, Swedish, Turkish, Chinese traditional, and Vietnamese, all right in here. If that is something you're interested in, that is now available. And speaking of languages too, AirPods Live Translation works with additional languages here, including Japanese, Korean, Italian, and Chinese in both Mandarin Traditional and Simplified. One of the other changes that we actually did discuss, but I want to bring it up again just because of how good I think it is the ability now when you swipe your songs, simply on this play bar right here, you can switch between tracks to go forward and back. I think that's an additional very nice touch. Now, the alarm is about to kick off. And of course, I had it unlocked. So let me go ahead and do this again really quick, and we'll reset this one so you guys get an idea of what it looks like still. We'll go ahead and make this 8:09. And this time, I'll make sure the phone's locked so you can see it in a second. Also, though, in the fitness app, you now have the ability right in here to actually create custom workouts. There's options for selecting the workout type, estimated active calories, effort, duration, and start time. There were workout creations options before, but they were more structured than the custom creation options that are now available. So what I'm going to do, let me go ahead and lock this really quick, and I will show you now exactly how this new slide to dismiss option works before we get into our next change. Okay, so as you can see right there, you now have this slide to stop option in that liquid glass design. Again, I think it looks very cool. Let me go ahead and save that. And that's it. So you can't accidentally tap it if you were not ready for it, or you did not truly mean to dismiss your alarm. Next up, back in the settings app, one thing weird that's not consistent, if you just noticed in Apple Intelligence and Siri, the headline and description are actually center aligned, which I prefer. But if you go into general and some other areas, they are now left aligned. It's kind of weird, they changed the alignment here, but if you look in, like I said, general, I believe if you go into Wi-Fi, most of them are left aligned. There's not a lot of consistency here, as I just showed you, but it's something to keep in mind. That might be a change coming down the pipeline. And also, if you open apps, you can see the title for the folder is on the left instead of center line. I like everything being balanced, so I think in the center it looks better, but that is just one other call out and minor change here as well. And then in the phone app, like we talked about, you can see the keyboard now has more of a liquid glass design for numbers. In the Photos app, we've showed you the slider has been updated as well. And same with the navigation bar, it's slightly more frosted and easier to see on lighter backgrounds. Let me go ahead and open this up and show you an example here. So you can see the slider looks a little different here. It's more gray. So if that's something you didn't like before, maybe this will make you like it a little more with this go around. But then aside from that, the Safari tab, in Safari, I should say, it's wider and less padded around the edges. But the other big one that Apple brought back here from prior versions that they kind of got away with, or got away from, I should say, under privacy and security, if you scroll all the way down to background security improvements here and click on it, we now have a new security improvements toggle to automatically install. This is basically a revamp to the rapid response features that we had a little while ago that went away. And then also, if you go into your display, you can see we finally have updated wallpapers instead of the iOS 18 ones that were here before. Liquid glass light refraction effect on the apps is now more subtle with darker icons. When it was in night mode or dark mode, when you angled your phone, it was very prevalent and easy to see. They kind of tamed that down a little bit, but not too crazy. And then in wallpapers as well, if you're going to change your display or customize it, when you go to crop an image and pinch to zoom, there is an option that comes up every so often in the middle of the display that says pinch photo to crop if you so choose, and then it fades away. It doesn't stay on consistently like it did before. And then sneak peek spoiler alert too, that's the majority of everything here with iOS 26.1 beta 2, but we have a video coming out for you guys. Guess what is back for the iPad? Slide over is back with 26.1. They're reintroducing it, and it's going to actually work alongside the Windows-based iPad OS 26 multitasking functionality. So you can now have multiple windows open and still swipe over to quickly access slide over. Gonna be big. Can't wait to do a video on that. We will do that here shortly. So make sure to thumbs up this video and go check that out when it goes live. Now, last thing I do want to talk about though, battery life. I have to say, I have been charging this a little more than what I was hoping to have to do, but as you can see here, beyond that, it has gotten a ton of screen on time. I've had no problem still getting through the day, aside from the ones I've been really just hammering this device down, but it has been really good otherwise. So performance has been fine. If you missed that, we did do a Geekbench score that I will pull up for you guys really quick. And you can see we did pull in a 3620 single core and a 9332 multi-core. And again, if you want to look historically how that matches, it is pretty much right on line with beta 1. So beta 2 does not have any significant difference here. The big thing is now, when will we get the next beta? So being that these are moving along quite quickly and there is an Apple event scheduled or allegedly scheduled for the end of the month, it's possible we can receive this by the end of October, which means we would need another update, another beta here, probably next week. But I'm not sure still if we're on a 1 week or 2 week cycle. So I would say by the 20th, the week of the 20th at the latest, we should receive that next beta. But that's it for this one, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. We will catch you in the next one. Peace.